part of the podcast where we're talking some UFC, and who better to come on than Wade from Top Flight Picks. Wade, how are you doing today, my man?
Doing great, man. Always glad to be back.
Haven't talked in a while. I've been rambling, stambling, traveling way too much, going to apple orchards, which I fucking hate. What's new with you, my man?
Nothing, man. We were out in California for a few weeks too, so we've been traveling a little bit, just trying to get back into the grind now. So I'm kind of ready for this card. I think this is going to be a beautiful card to watch. Got a lot of interesting fights. So
and excited. It's during the day. Like, I don't have to stay up late. It's during the day. Like, perfect. Thank you, UFC, for finally having a card during the day. And I was looking at my betting card tomorrow. Of course, most of the games I'm betting are at the 11 o'clock slot for college football.
Yep.
And this starts at 11. So it should be every single monitor in my place live tomorrow. So
beautiful.
That should be fun. Those listening or watching for the first time, basically what we do is this. Wade has 3 bets. I have 3 bets. I've been a jackass tracking it. I'm going to start doing a better job tracking it, starting on this one. And we are starting off. We are going head to head. Start us off, my man.
Yeah, I'm going to take Ian Cutabella for the money line. Plus 100, I got that at. It's a scary one. He needs to avoid the KO early. He can definitely get knocked out. He's got a very weak chin. But what I like about him is the fact that he's got a pretty strong ground game. If he can get this to the ground, he has that advantage over his opponent. I've watched a couple previous fights of his opponent, Earl Sanz, and when he gets on the ground, man, he kind of panics. So if Cutelaba can get this to the ground, I think he can easily win this thing. I don't even know. I actually don't even believe Urslan will get back up. I think if he can avoid the knockout, he holds a 4.17 takedown advantage with 4.4 significant strikes landed per minute. I just think he can do enough to get the victory. And I also sprinkled the 2 decision plus 900. I think that's a really good look. If he can get this to a decision, I think he has a good chance to have his hand raised.
Look at you doing the little shooter shoot, dude. I love it, man.
Got to.
I am on the other side. I took Urslan minus 110. To me, I think Cutelaba. How do you pronounce this guy's name?
Cutelaba. Cutabella. Sorry.
You said it. He's got no chin. He's going to press forward. He is going to get in Urslan's face, who has crazy KO power. And Cutelaba hasn't shown that his head moves. I think his head is very going to be stationary. This is going to open up his chin, which you and I both agree isn't the best chin, to the jab. I like Ursulana here. I think he gets the knockout. The knockout price is only plus 130. This could be one of those sloppy fights that ends up going to the decision. So because of that, I'm just going to play the minus 110. I just did Ursula money line minus 1.
Yeah, I don't hate you with that pick. It's his first UFC fight as well, and I believe these new guys win at a clip under 50%. And usually the ones that do come in and win, they're killers that are going to come out and knock a guy out pretty quick. And I'm not sure that's how he's going to have to win this. So it's it's not a bad spot for you to be on. This is a tricky fight.
Next one, you got a nice little parlay.
Yeah, I got a parlay. I'm going to do Brian Battle money line with this Perez fight to go over 1.5 rounds. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the other girl's name. I absolutely love Brian Battle in this spot versus a very solid Kevin Jousset. He's coming off a no decision contest, and he won his 2 previous fights. And I think he's going to get back in the winners column here. He pressures forward at an insane pace. He loves to bring action to the fight. Jousset is only in his 3rd UFC fight, and he's 2-0. So I do believe he's due for some aggression here. This will be his toughest fight to date. Jousset does bring some pretty heavy striking volume, but Battle is very excellent at absorbing less than 4 significant strikes per minute. Because he's usually the one pressing forward. And if this gets to the ground, I do believe that Battle will do enough to avoid damage and possibly create a little bit of his own. I think Battle does have the advantage on the ground, so I think I think Jousset has the advantage on the ground, so I think Battle's best advantage would be to keep this off the ground. But if it does get there, I still trust him to get this done. Probably going to be a decision win for Battle if he does pull this out. And then the Eileen Perez, she's gone to the decision in her last 3 fights, while Daria, this is her first UFC fight went to the decision, and then two of her last 4 fights have gone past 1.5 rounds. I actually favor Perez to win the fight here. So if she does, I do believe she'll drag it out to at least past the 1.5 round line. I obviously, I love to pair girl fights to go over 1.5 rounds. And actually I look back at it, and this season they've been hitting for me at 87% rate. So I've got to take this. Perez has a takedown average of 5.19 takedowns per fight. I think she's going to exploit that and get this to the ground, and that'll help us to get to at least the middle of the second round.
My next bet, I did it. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her last name, but give me Darla Z at plus 195. Dude, we got the only fans fade on Perez.
Yeah.
Darla, bigger fighter, has a reach advantage. And I don't know if you watched the weigh-ins. Perez was shaking and crying while getting weighed in. To say this was a hard weight cut for would be a vast understatement. Perez will push forward. She's going to try to she's going to try to get this to the ground. But the one thing when Perez fights, she can't maintain takedowns. It's a takedown, they get back up. Takedown, get back up. And this is what happened in Darla's last match. She kept on getting taken down, but her striking game is so advanced, she was able to get the decision win. She has the better striking. She's going to push forward. She has body kicks, leg kicks, head kicks. She can kick at all 3 levels. She is one of the most powerful strikers in the division. I think that's going to be the key. I think her power striking is going to make Perez uncomfortable, and her ability to constantly get up after these takedowns is going to be the difference. Also, I think UFC judges suck when they're in America. Now they're fighting in Paris, which doesn't, how can I word this? The governing body of the UFC is completely different in Paris than it is when it's in America. And we see these home fighters get a little bit of preferential treatment of the scorecards. Where is Darla's camp? It's in France.
Yep.
So, I mean, I'm getting a fight, which I think is a toss-up. I mean, you think, you said you lean Perez, but you played the over in your parlay, so you kind of think it's a toss-up. To me, you have to take the dog in this situation, and she's a better striker, stronger, and the bigger reach. And the other girl had her weigh-in was so tough, she was crying when she weighed in. So I'm going to take Darla here. Give me the plus 195. But
I don't hate you.
I'm going to say this. For educational purposes, I did do a little research on the Perez OnlyFans. Worth a checkout, though, for you, my man.
Very good.
For research purposes.
Yes. Actually, yeah, we have to research
Strictly, you have to do that OnlyFans research. Third bet, my man. Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm doing another parlay here. Don't hate me. Odds are ugly, but you know what? It's the UFC, and sometimes I just like to be safe with money line plays rather than risk anything else. I paired Joe Anderson Brito with Taylor Lapilus. That was minus 143 on Fanatics, actually. Every other sports book, it's like minus 160, so I kind of took a little bit of value there as well. Let's go to Joe Anderson Brito first. He does have a tricky fight. I do respect William Gomez. He's a point fighter. He can keep the distance. But, man, Joe Anderson Brito is probably one of the most dangerous fighters on the UFC roster right now. He's a straight killer. We saw him come out in his last fight and basically break Jack Shore's leg. He was destroying him so much with his kicks. I like he's got multiple ways of victory here. He can knock you out. He can choke you out. He can just drag you to the ground and just beat the hell out of you. Gomez is a very low volume fighter. So if Brito cannot get exhausted through the first 1 to 2 rounds, if he doesn't finish him early, I think he gets this win. I think he's probably going to come out and try to get the knockout pretty early and try to get the finish because who really wants to go to a decision? But I do think he's got a smart enough corner and team that they're going to tell him he needs to lay off and not go so wild. Because Gomez does have the defensive ability to make this last. So I trust Brito in this spot. He's a killer. I've got to continue to back him here until I watch him lose. But they both are on winning streaks. So it's a tough one. And then Taylor Lapilus, he's just a fantastic, I guess, kickboxer, if you want to say that. I kind of more of just a striker in general. He keeps very good range. He comes in with really slick attacks. He can get you with his kicks. I think his jab can also keep the distance from Morales. Morales has actually left the UFC and he's coming back in. And he's actually been doing pretty well outside the UFC, but I do believe this is going to be a step up for him. This is going to be a pretty decent striking match. I don't really see this going to the ground. It's definitely going to be on the feet. And I can actually see Lapilus ending this inside the distance. I didn't take that. I'm just going to go with the money line because I think his overall volume is going to be more, and I think his defense is just going to be a little bit better in this spot. So, yeah, man, give me Lapilus plus Brito.
I like it. I like it. My last bet. You know what I do here. Give me Nora Cannoli plus 176. I honestly, for the life of me, I do not get this line. Her opponent, Jacqueline, has a decision win over Nunes. I rewatched the fight. I thought she lost it. Like, I literally thought she lost the fight. And then she has a decision win over Farin. Farin's record is 0-4. My girl, Nora, KO'd Mullins and a decisive decision win over Edwards. Nora is going to come forward, is coming over from Muay Thai to the UFC. She's gotten better and better each fight. She's going to be moving forward, forcing Jacqueline to fight off of her back foot, limiting how much pressure moving forward Jacqueline's going to be able to do. The key to me here is the significant strikes that Nora is going to be able to connect on. This is going to open stuff up for her grappling. Look, Nora's won 5 in a row. She is going to be the fighter moving forward. And visually speaking, when you watch a fighter that's constantly pushing forward, the judges have shown for the past 4-6 months, they value that more than a fighter just doing takedowns and getting up, and a fighter that backs off their back foot. Plus, oh yeah, where's Nora from? France. So if this goes to decision, which I think it is, there is value right there because, again, hometown cooking. We've seen it on these fights that happen internationally. The local fighter tends to get the benefit of the doubt. But even if that's not the case, I just think Nora's a better fighter. I think she's going to move forward. I think she's more powerful. I think your Muay Thai is going to be way too much for Jacqueline. So I took her at plus 176, my friend. Whew.
Didn't you go against Jacqueline last fight?
Probably. I think I won too, right? Like, I don't
think so.
Did I lose that?
I don't know. But I think she has a good chance to win here.
Hey, buddy, the best thing that the shooter shoot mentality has, you have a short memory if you lose.
Well, I was gonna say I'm kind of kicking myself. I was actually gonna mention before we started recording. I feel like I have a feeling on a few plays you were gonna do, and I was actually gonna mention this fight, and I figured you were gonna take the split decision for the bigger plus money.
You know what? That's probably what I should have done, dude.
Yeah, I saw this fight. This was an Erik special. As soon as I saw this line, I thought, oh god, he's gonna go with this one for sure.
Don't freaking hate, man.
No, I think it's a great look. I actually do. I actually think the split might actually be the better look here too. I mean, obviously, if you just get the money line decision, you're.
Let's see what that's at. Let me see what's that here.
I think the split is a very, very reasonable look here.
Where is our girl Nora? Is that winning?
I like Jacqueline too. She's very good.
Oh, split or major? Oh no, it's her to win. Sorry, to win by unanimous. Shit, where is this? Where is this? I forget where they put these fight props. Maybe
I think she's gonna win by split, man.
Decision. Fight to be won by split decisions plus 300. maybe worth a sprinkle. Why not? Shoot or shoot, man. I'll put a little half a unit on it.
Yeah, I love the original play anyways. So that's the that should be the main kicker anyways. So
we have a UFC 307 next week. Wade will be back for that. And is it just me, or does it seem like Alex Pereira is fighting every other month?
It does, and I actually paired him up with Diego Lopez of the last pay-per-view card. So if he can finish that off for me, we will complete a nice little two-leg, man.
I mean,
the problem is he knocks everybody out and he doesn't get touched, so we can turn right around and fight again. Why not stay active? Keep making more money.
I mean, since April 8th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be his 6th fight.
I think
4th fight in a year coming up. Dude, that's a lot, dude.
I think this could be one of his tougher fights too, man. Roundtree's coming in with some pretty good momentum, and he's tough. He's a tough cookie. I don't know if he's going to get knocked out as fast as some of these other guys are.
I just kind of feel like I'll probably just put it on Roundtree just because I'm a jackass like that, but
it's not. I don't hate it.
Oh my god, dude! And dude, there's a lot of girl fights. There's 2 girl fights on the main event here, on the main card. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's not like the best situation.
And Court McGee's fighting too.
But hey, if you're, I know you're gonna have some football stuff going on, but I will be free if you were interested in doing maybe like a recording as the fights are going on, prelim or something. But
yeah, we can do
it's
that.
Up to you, man.
I'll be around, man. We'll talk a little bit about that. Maybe that's something we could set up. Wade, I'd like to thank you for coming on. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you on social media, your Discord, the whole 9 yards?
Yeah, just come check me out. Mainly use X _ top flight picks. Come check me out there. Link in my bio gives you a 7-day free trial to my Discord. We've been profiting all month long. College football, NFL, UFC. We've got a little PGA golf going on right now. So got a lot to offer for everybody. So yeah, man, come check us out. I'm also all on the other social medias too, but my handles have all changed a little bit. So
yeah, you're all over the place with your handle game, dude. I'm not gonna lie, you got to step that up, dude. Consistency is the key.
I can't, man. It's tough because you go to YouTube and YouTube doesn't allow an underscore in your name, and then you go to one of the other Instagram or TikTok, and one of them is already taken. So it's like I can't do top flight picks straight. So then now I'm just struggling to.
That's okay. My Etoft21sports on Instagram, I got up to what I get up to 7,000 followers on my. Then I have no idea what happened to my account. It just got suspended.
What?
I have never been able to get it back, so I had to add the underscore to it. So
yeah, it sucks to not have the same exact handle for every social media. It kind of makes it difficult, but X is what I mainly use anyway. So if you guys want all my content, mainly go to X.
Make sure to give my boy Wade a follow. Wade and I will be back next week talking some USC, probably even live stream the 307 card. Yeah. You know what? Good luck in your bets, and we'll talk next week, my friend.
You too, man.